Today is Monday, February 12th, and today I'm just wondering if I've ever seen a better football game than the Super Bowl.
And now, a word from our title sponsor.
Are all financial advisors fiduciaries? Fewer than you think. Not knowing could reduce your livestock. Hi, I'm Mitch Kramer, founder and CEO of Fluent Financial. A fiduciary is a regulatory term to reduce conflicts of interest in wealth management. A fiduciary always works in your best interest. A non-fiduciary advisor might put their compensation or company ahead of yours. At Fluent Financial, we are certified financial planners acting as fiduciary advisors. To learn more, go to fluentfinancial.com or Fluent Financial's YouTube channel.
Now, you listening may not be in charge of purchasing seasonings for your home, but you do know what tastes good, really good. Goodness steak seasoning is great. Use it on, obviously, steak, chicken, veggies, or goodness knows what else. No sugar, no MSG, no gluten, but great flavor. Get Goodness Steak Seasonings by going to bringthetasty.com. That's bringthetasty.com.
Hey y'all, Jason Velo here with Oh Hail Contractors. I've been in the business for a little over a decade, and one thing I really enjoy doing is serving people. I want to see things made new again, and I can help you through that process by making the insurance claims process understandable and almost easy, believe it or not. Also, I can give you great suggestions on the best roofing system and even ventilation for your home, which ultimately makes your shingle last a little bit longer, even in Texas. Who do you know that wants that level of service? So, if you'd like some help with that, you can call me at 972-567-5766 or find me at ohhail.com, and that's OHHHAIL.com.
What an incredibly nerve-wracking 4 hours of football. It was a sit on the edge of your seat game basically the whole way. I can tell you how good a game this was. My wife Mary watched the entire football game with me. The last time she watched an entire football game with me was, well, we've only been married about 13 years now. Kansas City becomes the first team since the 03-04 Patriots to win back-to-back Super Bowls. It also gives them a chance next year to win a third straight, which no team in the history of the NFL has ever done. 8 different teams won 2 consecutive Super Bowls, but could not pull off a third. And this is now 3 Super Bowl championships in the last 5 years for Coach Andy Reid and starting quarterback Patrick Mahomes and their supporting cast. This was a Kansas City win as an underdog. Since 2017, when made an underdog in a game, Kansas City is 17-4. That's 17-4. Patrick Mahomes has now won 7 consecutive postseason games. And Mahomes now, in the playoffs in his career, is 15-3. He now has those 3 Super Bowl rings and 3 MVPs to go with it. He's only the 3rd person in the history of the NFL to win 3 postseason MVP Super Bowl awards. And what a finish to this season. Oh, Kansas City was highly regarded when the season began. But Kansas City, for a long part of this season, did not look like a team that would defend its Super Bowl. They were groping for somebody to make plays on the offense besides Travis Kelce. But then, you know, what we always say, look for the teams playing their best very late in the season, and that was Kansas City. They've now finished on a 6-game winning streak. And the 3 playoff wins came over Buffalo, then Baltimore, the number 1 team in the AFC by regular season record, and then San Francisco, the number 1 team in the NFC regular season record. Mahomes in this game threw for 333 yards and ran for 66 more. Some of those incredibly important runs. For the game, his total passing running, 399 yards. There were so many plays in this game that could have decided it. A stop here, a non-turnover there. This game could have gone either way, but it went to Kansas City. The first half was all San Francisco, every bit of it. But Kansas City only trailed 10-3 at the half. And I'll bet you San Francisco went to their locker room thinking, as much as they dominated the first half, they should have led by more than 10-3. And not taking advantage of some of those early game situations eventually cost San Francisco. What an awful feeling for the 49ers. Your season ends in a finger snap. 4 hours, a good part of which San Francisco had the feeling it was going to win the Super Bowl. But then it didn't. And then all of a sudden, your season's over. All of a sudden, you go to the locker room and there'll be no practices this week. No other game to get ready for. And you've lost the Super Bowl. You've come that close to winning the Super Bowl. And Brock Purdy was terrific, the San Francisco quarterback. And Christian McCaffrey is one tough nut to crack. He is a terrific running back. But San Francisco could get no more than 22 points against the Kansas City defense designed by Steve Spagnuolo. The 49er defense, designed by Steve Wilkes, it was terrific also. But in the end, they couldn't stop Mahomes' magic. That long drive to end the regulation of the football game that resulted in a tie because of the field goal that forced overtime. And then San Francisco again took the lead in overtime. But Mahomes drove them 75 yards in 13 plays. And the Chiefs have won the Super Bowl. Will they be the first team to ever win 3 in a row? If you watch Patrick Mahomes, you aren't feeling very confident betting against that.
Today's episode has been brought to you by Fluent Financial, by Oh Hell Roofing, and by Goodness Steak Seasoning.
Just Wondering is a production of DSP Media for FanStream Sports. You can find Norm's show along with other great programming at fanstreamsports.com.
Thank you for listening to today's episode of Just Wondering. If you enjoyed it, please hit follow. Then each episode every weekday will be delivered straight to you. And if we might ask one more favor, please share it with friends. I'm Norm Hitzges, and every day I'll be just wondering about something.
And I'm Mary Hitchkus, and I'm just wondering too.